Welcome to another episode of UCRD Reviews. So today we have a P Bandai exclusive figure. This is the MS-05B Zaku 1 Black Tri-Stars version anime. So this is an MSV figure, as you can see on the box there. And this is the Black Tri-Stars Custom Zaku 1. So if you're wondering, why is it blue? Did they make a mistake? Is this actually Rambaral Zaku or something? It is not. So the Black Tri-Stars actually used this color scheme before they started sticking with their purple, black, and white on the rest of their mobile suits. When MSV first came out, this was the color scheme that the model kit had. This is also the same color scheme that you may have seen in Gundam the Origin animation. And the color scheme was retconned to be black, purple, and white for the Zaku 1 in the game Giran's Greed, I believe. Which we have a Black Tri-Stars Zaku 1 figure way back in the day in the MSIA line, and that one was black, purple, and white. But we haven't got one in this color scheme. Within the Robot Spirits line, this is a repaint. It's not a resculpt. There's nothing different about this than the normal Zaku 1. Now, I don't own the Zaku 1 figure, so we can't quite do a comparison of it. But we will be taking a look at this one. So let's check it out real quick. So here is the Zaku 1. So this is the mobile suit they used in the Battle of Loom, among other things. Very neat looking color scheme. Very not Black Tri-Stars, at least their later stuff. You have some detail here with the lines. You have a little detail on the chest there, so on the shoulder as well. There's also a decal sheet we'll take a look at. Really, really cool looking. And again, I don't have a Zaku 1 figure, so this is the first time I was buying it. I just didn't put forth much effort to find a Zaku 1 and get it. I was kind of hoping they would make some variation like this, so I'm really glad this came out. Just like normal Zaku figures, you can remove the top of the head there, move the mono eye around, and you have the this little piece here so you can help center the mono eye, which I didn't do a very good job of. The head moves up about that far and down, and then we'll do a complete 360. You do have some pretty good chest flex there. It comes all the way across. You can even see the backpack up in there, which is interesting. It'll come forward about that far and backward about that far. It'll turn about to there before it starts hitting like armor and stuff. It kind of pulls forward a little bit, so good range of articulation in the chest there. This arm will come up about that far. This arm, because it has no armor to impede it, comes up a little bit farther. You have rotation in the bicep there. Double jointed elbows come up quite a bit, and then this part of the arm moves independently, rotates around, and then you have the double ball jointed wrists down there. You have hinged side skirt armor with hard points for weaponry and whatnot. You have hard points on either side of the backpack for weaponry, hard points in the verniers here for thruster effects, another weapon hard point. This is bazooka storage back in here. Front skirt armor is also hinged, so you can see the leg there. It has that rotating leg joint, so the leg will actually come up quite a bit there. Nice knee articulation. The leg will come out about that far, and then you do have hip rotation as well. And in the feet, they can go side to side a decent amount, forward with toe articulation, and these are thruster effect part compatible, and then it'll come down about that far. These are compatible with the missile launchers as well from the Zaku 2. So overall, really nice looking figure, very similar to the Zaku 2, of course, as it should be. Really glad that they made this Black Tri-Stars variation. I hope we see more variants of the Zaku 1. I know there's not a lot of like ace pilots, but I really want Rambarals as well. But I really like this. So let's take a look at the accessories, because we actually get quite a bit. Okay, so the Black Tri-Stars Zaku 1 comes with the normal assortment of hands. You have the trigger hands, heat hawk hands, and 2 different sets of opposing hands. You also have underneath the tray here, very hard to see, they're all white, there's decals for the Zaku 1. And from here, you have, I'm throwing things now, you have the heat hawk, you have the activated version and the deactive one that is storable, just like the Zaku 2. You have a 105mm machine gun, which is the precursor to the 120. You have the rotating handle here, and you have a movable camera and removable magazine. The magazine can be stored on the various hardpoints, just like the Zaku 2s. So it actually plugs into the gun, so pretty cool, neat looking. It's effect part compatible, which we'll get into in a little bit. I really like this design. I like the side drum. I think that was an interesting way to handle where the magazine is, but really cool looking. You have the standard 280mm Zaku bazooka, same one that comes with lots of different Zaku figures, so we're not going to get into this one. And then you have the old school Zaku bazooka. This one is just the Zaku 1 variant. It's the precursor to this one, so you can see it looks much more dated. It literally looks like a tube with a carry handle and a movable regular handle. It is effect part compatible. That doesn't look all that good. You see there's a lot of like nub marks on it. Probably have to file those down or something. So quality control on this one wasn't all that great. It is not the best accessory. Typically when the Zaku is holding it, it tends to want to do that just because there's no secondary handle on it. When we get into the effect parts, it has a whole new problem with this. Once you put like the big bazooka effect part on it, it just immediately droops down. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. All the bazooka pieces are storable. You have 3 different storage options. This one goes on the back, so with this bazooka, I think it stores upside down. Yeah, so it plugs in like that. You'll fold the handle in, and it'll store like so. Looks pretty good. I actually like it stored upside down like that. I think that looks nice. And then both the bazookas can be stored on either side of the backpack, just like the Zaku 2 figure. Oops, slammed into the camera there. So really nice accessories. And then for effect parts, we have a cool explosion effect, not really usable with the Zaku 1, but you can put it on a different figure. And then we have the machine gun firing effect, which looks really good. Comes with only a few version anime figures compared to the giant roster of figures that have been released, so nice to have this one. And then same thing for the bazooka firing effect. Works a lot better with the Zaku bazooka than it does this other one, just because it wants to droop. Let me get this off the figure real quick. Alright, there we go. So, as you can see, it just wants to fall because there's nothing else supporting it. There is one accessory that I totally missed, and that is this little piece. So this actually plugs into the backpack here on this side, and then this portion of it kind of goes down into the neck there, and then you have this little kind of bazooka resting position for the older style bazooka, and then it'll fold up. So really interesting. They didn't use this on later Zaku models at all. It does have a little nub mark on there again, so Bandai quality control needs to get a little bit better about that. But neat to have, just because it's the old Zaku one. We don't get the dual grenade launchers, the G3 gas launchers in this set, unfortunately, although the Black TriStar's never used it, so it makes sense. But yeah, that's everything. So you get quite a bit with this figure. Let's do a comparison real quick. Alright, so just so that you can see the color scheme evolution here, you have the Black TriStar's Zaku 2 high mobility type in their standard color scheme, and then you have the Zaku 1 in that blue and really dark gray color scheme. So quite a difference between the two. I mean, the Black TriStars completely changed their look for all of their other mobile suits, including, most famously, of course, the Dom. And figure-wise, the Zaku 1 is very similar to the Zaku 2. There's, obviously some major differences in the lack of cables and the backpack and whatnot in the chest area, but otherwise it's very similar. So really neat to have both of these finally. So the Zaku 1 Black TriStars version is a really nice figure. It is P Bandai, which is unfortunate. I ended up paying $58 for it. I actually bought it. This is the first figure I bought on the US P Bandai website. I wasn't too impressed with the website. I probably won't be using them in the future. I bought a couple figures off of there, but it was a nice draw because they're coming from the US. This one came in from California. However, I got it a lot later than I would have gotten it ordering from a Japanese website, and it's just because you have to wait for Japan to send it to the P Bandai California distribution center, and then from there you have to wait for it to be shipped to your house, so you're kind of waiting for shipping twice. Whereas ordering from a Japanese website, they'd get it in and then you'd get it in. It's very simple. So I would have got it about a month earlier had I ordered it from somewhere else. So otherwise, the figure itself is really nice. You have a lot of cool accessories. Comes with all the weaponry you need. Even comes with both types of bazookas. This little Zaku bazooka was not very impressive. There's not much you can do to get around this design limitation. Perhaps being able to lock the handle in place may have helped, instead of just having it free swiveling all over the place. But yeah, this one was not very cool looking. Probably won't be using this too much, but everything else looks great. Articulation's good, standard Zaku articulation, nothing crazy. Colors are really nice. They did the color scheme well, so I'm really happy about it. When it first came out, I was kind of like, what in the world? Are they doing a version anime with Gundam the Origin colors? And then I looked into it and saw, no, they're actually correct. This is the color scheme it's supposed to be in. So maybe down the road we'll get the black, white, and purple version from Girin's Greed, just like the old MSIA. But for now we have this. So until next time, I think the next one's going to be the prototype Rickdom Zwei. I will see y'all later. Be safe. Thank you for supporting the channel, and y'all have a good day.